Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. It's so crazy to me that we're even at this point in the year and I'm making this video. But welcome to our NHRA Countdown Special 2025. So we have a lot to talk about, like always. The first thing being the major difference this year, which was the regular season champions. When it was announced that they were doing this, it was mixed amongst the fan base, and then as it kind of progressed and then wrapped up at Indy, it was still mixed amongst the fan base. I saw some that were like, hey, this is, cool, like an extra element, it makes it feel like it means something. And then there was those that were like, F the regular season championship. So but the regular season winners were Tony Stewart, Austin Prock, Dallas Glenn, and Gage Ferreira. I think if we continue with this level of competition into the countdown, then we have no problems. Because there were some really close races in the first half of the year, and then for the regular season championship, especially in Top Fuel. Getting into the countdown schedule, we have 6 races, the first of which is this weekend, September 11th through 14th, in Reading at Maple Grove. Always a really strong start to the countdown. Then they go to North Carolina, September 19th through 21st. Going to North Carolina in the second half of the year is not new. They do it twice a year, once for 4 wide and then once for regular. From my understanding, last year their attendance for the second race of the year was not quite where they wanted it, and instead of getting rid of it, they decided to make it a 4 wide race. So we have a 4 wide race in the countdown, which I think is insane. Because we all know the craziness of 4 wide races. I respect the attempt at saving the race. I don't know if it's gonna end up being the best decision in the end, just because it could really screw with a lot of things. But we'll see. I know when it was announced, the fans were like, don't like that. So, I mean, it's like 50-50 on how people feel about 4 wide races anyway. But I don't know. We'll see. It could be a resounding success, or it could be like, oh God, why did they do that? Anyway, to end out September, the 26th through the 28th, they go to Worldwide Technology Raceway in St. Louis. Then October 9th through 12th to Texas Motorplex in Dallas for the Fall Nationals, which is always a huge race. They do a great job of just creating a whole week of it, and it's a really, really cool event. Second to last race of the year, October 30th through November 1st, back in Las Vegas for the second time this year. Similar to North Carolina, they do Vegas twice a year, first for the 4 wide and then back for the 2 wide, but this one actually is 2 wide. Sometimes, depending on how it's been going, we will crown a champion in Las Vegas, or we'll have an idea, a really strong idea of who is going to be champion, so you never know. And then finishing out the year and the countdown, November 13th through 16th in Pomona for the finals. I don't know. I think maybe, I want to know what you guys think. Should we make predictions now and then halfway through see where we're at and adjust if need be, like who we think is going to win now, and then halfway through the countdown see if we still feel the same way? I feel like I did that last year, but I don't remember. I don't know. I'll think about it. Because right now I feel like my thoughts are like all over the place with who could win, so I don't know. I don't feel confident enough to say I feel like it's going to be this person, you know? One thing I am going to say, though, is I have been doing, if you follow along, well, I guess it's on both. It's on all the social media. With my Drag Race Bracket Bonanza updates, I was doing those after every 3 races, but for the countdown, I'm going to do them after every 2. So that is one change that I am making, and I'm excited about it. I think those videos are so fun. And it holds me a little bit accountable when I'm picking to actually like think about it and not just like do the chaos things, because sometimes that's really fun too. Now that we know where we're going, let's talk about who's participating. And I say that word because the countdown still has participation format, and it's, you know, it used to mean something. The countdown used to be you raced all year to get into the top 10. If you got in the top 10, you were in the countdown. If you were outside the top 10, you got to play spoiler for the rest of the season. Now it's like college football, where it's like there was the COVID rule, and then they gave these kids a year or 2 extra of eligibility, and now we have 7th year starters. Like, that doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense, to where it's like, I understand for the time how it was like, okay, you showed up to these races, you did these qualifying sessions, even if you went out in the first round, you can be in the countdown. But now we don't need that. And I just feel like, in a way, it's like, if you're gonna do that, why even have the countdown still? Why not just do the whole year the way it is? You know? It takes away, like, what are we fighting for? Because really, even now, if you're outside the top 10, you have no real chance of winning. So I remain baffled at why they've continued to do this still in 2025. It's not popular amongst the fans. I don't know how much teams love it. We've seen discussion about it in the past, but I feel like we should be doing something else. I do. But let's get into it, because not every class has the same number of participants, or those that are in the countdown. So in Top Fuel, there are 10. And, after Indy, the points reset. So this is how they've fallen. So we have Tony Stewart with 2,114 points, Sean Langdon with 2,098 points, Doug Coletta with 2,083 points, Justin Ashley with 2,076 points, Brittany Force with 2,058 points, Antron Brown with 2,044 points, Clay Milliken with 2,035 points, Josh Hart with 2,021 points, Steve Torrance with 2,015 points, and Sean Reed with 2,001 points. Moving next to Funny Car, there are 14 locked into the countdown. We have Austin Prock with 2,113 points. Then we have Jack Beckman with 2,093 points, Matt Hagan with 2,086 points, Ron Capps with 2,070 points, Paul Lee with 2,055 points, J.R. Todd with 2,044 points, Daniel Wilkerson with 2,036 points, Alexis DeJoria with 2,021 points, Spencer Hyde with 2,019 points, Bob Tasca with 2,000 points, Cruz Pedregon with 1,995 points, Chad Green with 1,982 points, Dave Richards with 1,970 points, and Buddy Hull with 1,960 points. Whew. Then we have Pro Stock with 13 locked into the countdown. We have Dallas Glenn with 2,116 points, Greg Anderson with 2,097 points, Matt Hartford with 2,086 points, Corey Reed with 2,060 points, Aaron Stanfield with 2,054 points, Eric Latino with 2,042 points, Jay Coughlin with 2,035 points, Eric Enders with 2,022 points, Greg Stanfield with 2,011 points, Cody Coughlin with 2,002 points, Derek Kramer with 1,992 points, Troy Coughlin Jr. with 1,980 points, and Kenny Delco with 1,970 points. And lastly, we have Pro Stock Motorcycle, where there are 10 locked in. We have Gage Ferreira with 2,113 points, Richard Gadsden with 2,094 points, Matt Smith with 2,081 points, John Hall with 2,065 points, Angie Smith with 2,052 points, Chase Van Zandt with 2,040 points, Gianna Evaristo with 2,030 points, Chris Bostic with 2,020 points, Braden Davis with 2,013 points, and Steve Johnson with 2,002 points. You know, I think we're really, really lucky in our sport because we're going to see great racing no matter what. So there is a lot to look forward to as we end out the year. But yeah, I want to know what you guys are thinking. I want to know how you're feeling about the countdown, the format, all the things, who you think is going to win, who you want to win. Just give me all your thoughts. I was a little bit unsure for a second if I was going to make this video, but I was like, no, I've made one the past 2 years. I really enjoy it. So here we are. And I'm glad I did. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. We can talk about maybe doing predictions and all that. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.